Welcome to our Cultural Anthropology, Introduction to Cultural Anthropology. I'll be your professor for the course. I'm Dr. Michael Spivey, and I'm a professor in the Department of Sociology and Criminal Justice, and also a faculty member of the American Indian Studies program via this course. As you know, this is a cross-listed course between sociology and American Indian Studies. And so with this short video of welcome, I just wanted to welcome all of my students to the course. And I'm sure we're going to have a very productive and enjoyable semester together. Here I want to just shortly give you some overview of the type of course we're going to have and some comments about the nature of our coursework and the nature of the subject matter itself. So let's start with some of the nuts and bolts, and of course you'll find the syllabus on the first module. You'll have your syllabus, and but what I want to cover is to basically tell you about the nuts and bolts of this course. We would call this course an asynchronous. We would call this an asynchronized course, and what that entails is that this is going to be to some extent a self-paced course. Not going to really use any live video talks or lectures. Most of my video lectures are pre-recorded, and though I do live talks when it comes to doing some advisement about the course when you have issues. Many times, if I feel like using email is going to be, we can't get at some complex issue. It's going to take too much time. Generally, I talk with my students on by phone, and so certainly we can talk live by telephone, depending on what needs the student may have. But this course is maybe a little different. I have found that with some of my previous experience with this course and some of my other online courses as well, students some are somewhat puzzled by how I lay out my course. An asynchronous course is a sort of self-paced course. Allows for a lot of flexibility, and that's if you will, my middle name in terms of how I organize my online courses. So the way that we'll approach the course is that what I want you to see as you look over the syllabus, as you look at the first module or two, we're gonna you'll be able to see how the course is basically going to be structured throughout the semester. So we will be doing our work will consist of 1 week for each unit. For each module that opens, it will open up on a Monday morning, and it will close by midnight the following Sunday. So try to get that into your head about, because a lot of times students will write me, every day about when is this due, when is that due. And the way I work that is that we work on a weekly basis. So I'll give out this. You'll see the assignments on the module, and each of those modules represents a week. I'll even you'll see them labeled as week 1, week 2, and they begin. The course module begins on a Monday morning. And so, for example, you'll have a video lecture by myself. You'll have a PowerPoint. You'll have readings assigned. You'll see the readings. generally by number. Sometimes I do put the if I can get it all on there, the title, or at least part of the title from your reader text. And those will be the basis. Those readings will be the basis for your discussions. So I call them reading discussions. So once you read these articles out of the reader that we will be using, I'll have questions for you to answer, and you'll be able to discuss those with other students. And those are due. Any exams, when we get to the exams, when they open, everything on that module that is an assignment will be due by the following Sunday by midnight. So that's really a flexible schedule in that I don't follow you day to day saying, for example, on Tuesday you've got this to do, on Wednesday you've got these other things to do, on Thursday and I don't do it that way. I try to make it simplified and very flexible because I know a lot of you are working and you have different schedules. So in this fashion, this flexible fashion, you'll have your chapter of the week. You'll have my all the videos that you'll see of video lectures, PowerPoints, then the readings. Sometimes we're going to have also you're going to have video films to discuss. And all of those materials that you'll see on each module always will begin on a Monday morning. And everything that for that week will be due by the following Sunday. And of course, I'll put those dates on in terms of those weekly assignments on the syllabus for you to follow. So it's a very simple format. I don't use a lot of pages that you have to go searching for something. Everything is going to be right there in front of you. Everything is on the modules. And so I think you'll find it to be simplistic over time and very flexible for you to get your work done. This course in cultural anthropology focuses on, for the most part, on traditional societies such as hunting and gathering societies, farming societies. But also we're going to focus, because it's my preference to do so, I also make this highly comparative between our present postmodern culture that we live in and to relate those or compare those to traditional societies. And we'll do that. We'll make that link by looking at the flexibility of the concepts that we'll be studying. This course in cultural anthropology is known as a concepts course. As you're learning sort of a new language, you'll see this also in the disciplines of sociology and other social sciences and other disciplines as well, where you're having to learn the concepts, the basic theories and concepts of cultural anthropology. And so that's what our major focus will be on. And to get at and to understand those concepts, then we'll be doing this what I call cross comparison between traditional societies such as hunting and gathering societies as well as modern societies. That is, taking those very same concepts that we'll look either into the past or in present traditional societies and see how those various concepts would also, we could utilize them to make an analysis or do a study in our own culture. So, for example, one that students kind of enjoy, we have one of our reading articles is going to be baseball magic. And in that article is dealing with, you'll be studying in the religion chapter on the notion of magic and ritual. And so we're looking at how magic has played a role in helping to predict outcomes through ritualistic behaviors. Well, we can also take those very same concepts and definitions and apply them to baseball. And so that's what this article will do, and show how baseball itself is based a lot in magic and ritual to predict the outcome of the game, for example. So we'll be doing a lot of that cross comparisons, and I think it's very important for students to be able to grasp how, first of all, how we share across culturally as well as how we differ across culturally. And I say cross culturally as well as across histories as well. And so that helps us. One of the, as you'll see in the syllabus, you're going to see some of the objectives of the course, and that's one of those is to help students come to understand the multicultural dimension of society in the present time, and how our cultural anthropological concepts can help us understand not only in cultures in the past or cultures that are traditional cultures, for example, but how we can use those very same ideas to think more about our own selves in our own lives. I'm going to give you many chances in your discussions to talk about how this, whatever reading we're doing, how it may relate to your life in the present, and or to give other examples from your own life even, so that we can see how these concepts actually apply to our present lifestyle, if you will. And we'll be watching a lot of videos, both on traditional societies, hunting societies, but also we'll be looking at issues in our own society using the very same concepts. And by this method, I think that this will interest you much more so than if I were just to give a purely traditional cultural anthropological course showing old-fashioned grainy films and videos. I do have a few of those that you'll watch, which are interesting. But we'll also watch some very up-to-date, just in the last year, some videos that you'll watch and apply the same concepts to things that are going on presently. So that's going to be pretty much the layout of the course. So what I would like for you to do then is to go through the syllabus and see how this course is laid out, to look at what the expectations are for you and your textbooks. Importantly, there will be three. We have three textbooks. You have the main textbook was by Kotak, and then the second one is our reader textbook, as you'll see the title there. And then the third one is a book called Nomadland, Surviving America in the 21st Century. And it's an ethnographic study of basically an RV culture of traveling nomads, it's called. And you will be doing a book review at the end of the semester related to that text, that reading. And I can say with confidence that most of my students in previous classes that have read that text have claimed it to be the most interesting and enjoyable reading they have done at the university. And I get that all the time, just how much they appreciate that reading. So I think you're going to really like Nomadland. So I'm going to go ahead and let you explore the syllabus and explore other areas. And once you've overlooked that, if you have any questions, then you just send me an email. If you have any concerns up front before we even get started, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. So again, I want to welcome you. One more point, because it's going to be one of the first important things we'll need to do, is in the first module, you're going to see sign into the roster. So you have to sign into the roster, put your name there. That shows me that you're with me. And then from there, we will go onward, and you'll see there we're going to do a presentation of our introducing ourselves to the course. I want you to introduce yourselves to the course. And so I'm going to let you go because somebody's calling me on the telephone. Anyway, I'll see you in the first module for the first chapter. Welcome again.